Let us search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out the history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to your YouTube channel, Searching Out the Matter. And the matter that we're searching out in this video is FDA approved gene flash DNA editing, CRISPR therapy, CRISPR gene therapy. What it is? What is it? Is it a medical breakthrough or is it just abomination? Let us leave you with this verse before we get into the video. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life because of me will find it, Yahusha said in Matthew 16, verse 25. Now we're going to hear what they're saying about their gene editing or CRISPR therapy. Let's hear what they have to say.
Vertex Pharmaceuticals CEO, Dr. Reshma Kewalramani. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
It's good to be here.
Anjali, take it away.
Thanks so much, Julie. Of course, we know that the drug is, or the cure rather, the treatment is the first to be.
Yes, so know that she had just fumbled and said the drug. Yes, it can also be a drug. Also, it can also be, because person don't understand that technology can be liquefied, and that's something that you have to do your own research. I won't tell you about that now, but technology can also be liquefied, and they call it nanotechnology. So even though she fumbled and said the drug, she know what she's talking about.
Approved. The FDA did approve both bluebirds.
Really, take it away.
Thanks so much, Julie. Of course, we know that the drug is, or the cure rather, the treatment is the first to be approved. The FDA did approve both bluebirds as well as Vertex and CRISPR's gene editing for sickle cell today. And we do have, of course, Dr. Reshma Kewalramani with us today. Dr. Kewalramani, thank you for joining us. And I want to just ask you, first of all, momentous occasion. We know so much has been built up to this point. The accolades have already been won. Talk to me about now this next chapter for the treatment and sort of the long-term follow-up that is needed to just see how it works.
Well, thanks so much for having me on, Anjali. It is a huge day in science and medicine, and it's a particularly important day for patients with sickle cell disease. So what this medicine is, Casgevy, is the first CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing based therapy for sickle cell disease. And what we do here is take the patient's own cells, their own stem cells, to our labs. We edit the cells and we give them their cells back with the defect corrected. And what the studies have shown is that patients who undergo this therapy.
So in layman terms, you can put whatever you want into my DNA characteristics, right? So you can take my cells out, remove what you want, and put what you want. Is that what you're getting, family? That's what I'm getting. So yes, you can take out defects and correct it, right? But you now have the power to put whatever you want in it. Am I right? Am I just going off? Let me know. But forgive me. Let me continue.
Therapy have no more of these painful crises called VOCs, veno-occlusive crises. Patients describe it as a Mack truck going up and down on their bodies. Patients describe this as worse than childbirth. And the studies show us that patients undergoing this therapy, it's a one-time therapy, no longer have these veno-occlusive crises to deal with. It is an amazing technology. The seminal papers were written just in 2012. The Nobel Prize was awarded for this, this discovery in 2020. And here we are in 2023 with an FDA-approved product for sickle cell disease patients.
Aren't you happy?
Absolutely. And we know, of course, this one-time treatment requires multiple steps to get to the finish line, but the reward, of course, being not to have to worry about this disease. We know that the short-term look at it has brought on the approval for the FDA with, of course, on the label, a look to the future. As we get more information on this new technology, how confident are you that the future holds no concerns of off gene editing or any other concerns that you might have?
As a medical doctor and as a physician scientist, we always have to be humble. We have to be aware and we have to follow our patients over the long term. That being said, and we will be doing that, we will be following our patients over a many-year period. This is a very precise gene edit. It's a durable gene edit. And all of the data that we've seen today, including long-term follow-up as long as up to 4 years, tells us that this is a therapy that is incredibly effective. And we have seen no safety concerns in terms of this concept of off-target editing. We simply haven't seen any of that.
Well, that's wonderful. I know that you've already set the price tag for that a little bit lower than the other gene therapy that was out there. You've had these conversations with the government and payers. Talk to me about the value that you see there and why this price tag and what you see moving forward, if any potential changes.
The price tag for Casgevy is $2.2 million. And remember, that is for this one-time therapy. As we think about the price, it's always about the value that our medicines bring for patients. And in this disease, it is a devastating disease. It is a life-shortening disease. And when you think about the cost to the healthcare system over the lifetime of a patient with severe sickle cell disease, the kind of patient who would be eligible for our therapy, that number is between $4 and $6 million, not including the humanistic burden to the patient or their families. And we've priced the medicine to be able to bring this incredible value, this one-time therapy for potentially a lifetime of cure. And we want our medicine to be accessible to as many eligible patients as possible.
Definitely the focus on that, as many patients as possible. We know that this disease does have a specific demographic. There are minorities in particular that are largely affected. Do you anticipate this price tag being a burden? And do you have any plans in place for access in case someone is unable to pay for it?
One of the reasons that I'm so very proud of this Casgevy approval today is because sickle cell disease and the sister disease beta thalassemia affect Black and brown people. And these have been diseases that have been largely ignored for many, many years, both in terms of the healthcare system and in terms of drug development. We have done a lot to make sure that not only do we have a first-in-class medical therapy, but that we have done everything to make sure that this is a therapy that's accessible to patients. So the way that this drug works is that you need to have it administered in a authorized treatment center or an ATC. We've already activated 9 of them. Most of our patients with sickle cell disease live in 25 states, and we've very thoughtfully organized to make sure that these ATCs are in the states in which our patients live. With regard to the reception of this therapy by patients, physicians, payers, governments, regulators, anyone who touches a patient with sickle cell disease, the enthusiasm level has been high, and there are indeed payment paths in place, and the conversations have been going on for well over a year, and I feel high confidence that patients in the US will have access to Casgevy.
Absolutely. Well, certainly a historic day for science.
A historic day for science, they say. Family, what do you think? Do you think it's a breakthrough in the, like, do you think it's a good break? Is it a breakthrough? But is it a good breakthrough for mankind, or is it something that you think, no, I'm just Hey, listen. I'm gonna break it down for you in another video, so you have to think on your own now, man. Hey, I tell you. I've been telling persons about this from 2020, but they didn't believe me. They thought I was mad. That these person can take your DNA and edit it and put whatever they want in it. In the pretense that they're curing you for something. Nanotechnology. They say it's a drug and also it's a cure, a potential cure. They can give you a drug that can alter your gene. Imagine that. A drug that can alter your gene. I'm not gonna even go no further. Leave it there. Search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery because everything has a history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. Open your man, brethren, because you are chosen. Till next time. See you tomorrow.